And we are ready to go. All right. Welcome everybody for another fantastic evening. Just excited to have you all here to join us for a phenomenal presentation on a very exciting opportunity that we have put together for you by Zinzino. Uh, just a few like ground rules. Make sure your cell phones are on silent for the next, I would say, like an hour or so. We're going to go through a lot of information, and I want you guys to make sure that you get the best out of it. So put your cell phones on mute if you have to. Grab a notepad, pen, paper, whatever you need to make notes. We have a phenomenal person, Mr. Dave Ives, who's the speaker for tonight. Just to give you a little about him, he's been in like the industry now for almost like 14 years. Has a tremendous background, experience in like teaching people, like training leaders, and most of all, like in building teams. So it's really a privilege for me to help invite Mr. Dave Ives to give us the presentation like for tonight. So here's Mr. Dave Ives.
Patel, thank you for first of all of hosting the call, and I know it's just gone 9 p.m. Indian time, and we do appreciate your punctuality. And I know over the last month, as we've been doing presentations, the attendance at the beginning has got better and better and better. So we appreciate that, and we respect that of you, as time is important. So, over the next 4 hours, I'm hoping to cover many things. I'm just seeing who's actually listening. Okay, I'm just seeing who's actually listening. So, but yes, as Hatel mentioned, he's in the US. I'm here on the South Coast, the United Kingdom. And we're here today to share with you that the Zinzino opportunity with its best-in-class pharmaco-nutritional products and how you can position yourselves. A month or so ago, I would have been saying, in the coming months, well, ladies and gentlemen, a week from today, India opens for business. And we're going to go through that with you today. We're going to show you two aspects. We're going to share with you why we're so excited about this bottle and how it can impact the health and wellness of the Indian market. And also for those who may be looking for an opportunity, because you do have 7 days to have that jump start before we officially open. And I know there's practitioners on the call tonight. I know there's nutritionists, there's professionals. I want to put a disclaimer in here right now. I am none of the above. I am someone that from 14 years ago thought something of me to give me an opportunity. It was still within the wellness sector, within this type of distribution. And over the last few short years, I've been fortunate, blessed, in the right place at the right time with the right people who showed me an opportunity, but then also showed me how to maximize that. So that's what we're also going to be doing this evening. We're going to be showing you what will it take over the next 2-3 months so you can be some of the first success stories that happens in the Indian market. So let me go ahead and share my screen. It's great seeing the numbers growing as I bring up my slide deck. Hitel, is that showing okay? Wonderful. So for the guests here this evening, this is who I would like to talk to. If you've seen this once or twice, you may have already made your decision. You're ready to join us next week as we officially launch April the 6th. But if you are a guest of someone tonight, take that as a compliment, because they've been told to go and find those that they see as influencers, those who would share their alignment with a message of improving others' health, and those entrepreneurs who love to be part of something before it happens. But here's the great news about Zinzino. It's a 15-year-old company. I'm going to touch on that in the second part of the presentation. So as we launch into India next week, this isn't a new company. This is a tried and tested company with a tried and tested product. You see, a few short years ago, if I may just share a moment with you, because I've never been to India other than one visit to Bangalore a few short years ago. But I do know this, the Indian market loves this type of industry. In fact, right now, there's over 15 million individuals just like you participating in this space. I also know there's hundreds of nutritional companies in your market. And so when I looked at Zinzino 22 months ago, I had been in previous nutritional companies. And so as I was approached for 3 years and I was asked to take a look, I rejected the opportunity. And the reason I rejected it was very simply, I thought it was just another nutritional company. And how wrong was I? Because as I took the time to investigate, to sit with the founder, to sit with some of the corporate and field leaders, I realized then that I should have looked sooner. And so as we share this with you today, I want to share some of the things that you should be thinking about the company, about the products, about the support that's going to be available to you. You see, Zinzino launches next week, Tuesday, the 6th of April. But Zinzino have been there for a number of years on the ground already, making sure this bottle is licensed in your market. You see, a lot of companies will come and go into the Indian market, and they are no longer around. Why? They try to bring either a product or a service, but they didn't make sure that they were corporately up and running legally, authentically, and by your legislation. And so we, Zinzino, the company, have registered the company already in India. You can see there for yourself, Zinzino Health Products, India Private Limited. We've already got the license for the product. We've registered it. We even have nearly, I won't say nearly, we have 25,000 bottles already in Mumbai warehouse. And we already got the integration, the logistics with DHL, and even one of your own companies called Blue Dart. That is all completed. And over the last few weeks, as we presented to you and your potential entrepreneurs, your potential customers, we kept on saying, date to be announced. And today, over the last few days, we're able to share with you that next Tuesday, we officially start shipping the product. So why are we excited? Well, you know, what we're bringing to the Indian market is not just exclusive to India. You see, even though with today, we look at the globe as a whole, if we look around the world, we are getting sicker than we have ever done before. Excluding this pandemic that we all have been touched by, if we just forget that for a moment and think about before we even were informed of this global issue, you and I as humans, it doesn't matter the color of our skin, the tongue we speak, us as human beings were the unhealthiest we've ever been. And yet we've got access to more knowledge, more nutritional advice, more exercise regimes, and yet the world is getting sicker. And it's time we asked ourselves why. And the reason why we're excited about India is because of the number of people in your nation. Over 1.5 billion people. And I will tell you categorically, you may have a different culture, you may have a different way of speaking, but as human beings, we are identical. You see, many years ago, wherever we were, we didn't have the diseases that we have today. And the fundamental reason, many, not just centuries ago, thousands of years ago, this gentleman said, let your food be your medicine and let your medicine be your food. But very simply, that was true. But today, we have moved so far away from that, that we are seeing issues, conditions, wellness actually deteriorate faster than ever before. And that wasn't the case. Less than 100 years ago, people weren't experiencing the degenerative diseases that we do today. And the reason being is very simply, we've moved away from eating from Mother Nature. You see, when we did, whether you are in India, Europe, Australasia, Canadian or American market, it doesn't matter where we find ourselves. We used to eat a balanced diet. the right amount of fiber, the right amount of micronutrients, but most importantly, are essential fatty acids. But what happened most recently, and I say most recently, less than 50 years ago, the early 70s, we saw the introduction very cleverly of choice, man-made foods, processed foods. You and I as humans, we actually relish in that. Better flavors, better choices, better convenience, but there's a price to pay. That in that choice, in that processed food was additives, sugars, high calories, low nutrient value. And so what we didn't know at the time, but it's taken several decades to show, is now conditions that you, your family, your community, your nation, my nation are living with. And what do we tend to do? We tend to go to the doctor, tell them our symptoms, they medicate us, and they only address the symptoms and not the core issue. And so why are we excited about India? Well, as I've mentioned, you may not agree, but as you give me your attention, you and I are no different. You and I were born with our DNA as the same in regards to our essential fatty acids. We were born in ratio. There's a number of omegas, but today we're going to talk about two of the most important ones, omega-6 and omega-3. Now they have a relationship and they were born, or you and I were born in balance. But over the years, science has discovered and proven the importance of these omegas in our system. Science has also shown that we allow that ratio to maybe go to 3-to-1, 3 omega-6s, 1 omega-3. If that ratio widens any further, we start to see some of the conditions that we are living with today. If we think about when the man-made foods were introduced about 50, 60 years ago, that was the turning point. So you and I weren't aware of it because it was on a cellular level. We've lived 5 decades or so where we've been educated, we've been marketed to, we've been peer pressured to, it's how we look determines how healthy we are. Well, that's not the case. How we look is how fit we are, but it doesn't mean how healthy we are. And so most Europeans today now are 15-to-1 out of balance. The average Canadian American is over 25-to-1, and the average Indian is 27-to-1 out of balance. And those who have chosen veganism as their way of life are over 40-to-1 out of balance. So we're not coming to India because we have this idea of introducing a nutritional product. We're coming to India because we know that India needs our product. But what's exciting is we are the first nutritional company on the planet who can validate our product. But let's talk about the consequences of being out of balance. So you may feel well, you may look well, but the reality is if we are on a cellular level out of balance, we start to see consequences in the quality of life, prolonged life. And even though today we have all this technology, we have information, people's life expansion is decreasing and the quality of their latter years is also decreasing. That should not be the case. You and I are not designed to experience that. So we start to see things like skin conditions, heart, brain, immune, actually deteriorating. And we start to justify that's the way things are. That's how we live. We live on medication and we don't need to be doing that. And so this is what's really happening. And when I was shown this, I got to understand more effectively that fitness and health are worlds apart. They both play a role in our life, don't get me wrong, but it's our cellular health that needs to be addressed. You see, every one of us, back to you and I are no different, have trillions of cells in our body, and every cell has a membrane. Now, that membrane to perform at its optimum, it must be permeable, meaning it must be soft enough to absorb the nutrition we eat. So whether it's through our diet, whether it's through additional supplementation, if we are consuming what we need, but it cannot be absorbed, then we start to see this issue start to take place. Well, for our cells to be healthy, we've already established we need to be 3-to-1 in ratio or less. Anything higher, that membrane starts to harden. And here is what's vitally important to understand. If our cell cannot absorb the nutrition, but it happens to be able to get some nutrition because the nutrition fought its way into the cell, once that cell has processed the goodness, it needs to get rid of the toxins. Now, if those toxins cannot leave the cell because the membrane is not permeable, then now we have the birthing place for chronic inflammation. And today, chronic inflammation takes more lives than the pandemic we've all been living through for over a year. In fact, this is one of my favorite lines to share with you because this is not new. If you go and Google Time magazine, 2004 edition, it has right on its front cover, chronic inflammation, the silent killer. So I want to ask you, and I want to ask you to think about not just you, but those that are immediate to you, people in your community, people in your region, people in your nation. Do you know whether you are in or out of balance with your cellular health? Now, remember, I didn't ask if you feel good. I didn't ask if you look good. I didn't ask, how do you feel? I asked, did you know whether you are in or out of balance? And when that question was asked of me, the reason I want to share that with you is because that very question was asked of me 22 months ago. And I had to respond with the individual, truthfully, I had no idea. So if you and I do not know if we are in or out of the danger zone, then we clearly don't know what action to take. So the individual that was sharing with me informed me that there was an opportunity for me to take a test to see where I was. Now, that was 22 months ago. 22 months ago, Zinzino had tested 270,000 individuals. Today, as I share with you this evening, they have tested over 630,000 individuals worldwide. Are you ready? Excluding India. Can you see why we're excited? Can you see why this is an opportunity for you and your family and connections, your community, even if it was just a health aspect? So this test is performed, also important to know, independently of Zinzino. It's the #1 dry blood spot analysis laboratory that's based in Oslo, Norway, and has been going longer than Zinzino. In fact, Vitas established themselves 25 years ago. And if you look on the screen just for a moment, you'll see they test for many educational institutions, medical foundations, even our own King's College of London. Zinzino is just a customer. We send them customers' dry blood spots. And within a few short weeks, the company, the Vitas, will analyze those independent blood spots and they will produce a result for us. Now, this is what's important to understand. You don't see India on there yet, but the continents that we've already been operating in, over 37 countries prior to coming to India, there is not one continent that is in balance. So how many people do you think we can help in India? And this was all the brainchild of Dr. Paul Clayton. Dr. Paul Clayton, now in his early 70s, has dedicated 5 decades of his life with his advisory nutritional team and with the advisory board that he's been able to collate. They have developed our system of test-based nutrition. And some of our products are patented, but we have many products, but we launch next week with the flagship product, our Balance Oil. And what they've discovered is that omegas on their own don't work. And so many people are taking products around the world within India, thinking they're doing something for their health, but they discovered, this scientific board discovered that oil, fish oil, krill oil, doesn't matter what omega you take, doesn't work on its own. They discovered that by putting polyphenols back into a balanced oil solution, that within 120 days, you and I, 95% of us, are back in balance. So we start to see better health, better skin, better sleep, mental clarity, recuperation. And so our unique product is test-based. We take a test, we establish whether we need it, and if you don't, we don't want you taking our product. But we already know 95% of the Indian market will be out of balance. By what degree, we don't know. Your bloods will tell us that. But the reason why our product is unique is I mentioned that omegas on their own do not work. See, in Mother Nature, the omegas are actually found in the algae that the fish eat. And so when the fish eat the algae and manufacturers of omegas make their product, they naturally have to go through a cleaning process. So they extract all the plastics, the toxins from the sea, but at the same time, they extract the polyphenols. And so they're left with a very high-grade fish oil. But fish oil oxidizes. With the moment you consume it, it starts to oxidize. Some may last a few hours, some a few hours more. But they are, by the time it gets to a cellular level where we need to do the important regeneration of our membrane, the omega has oxidized. So it's no use. Dr. Paul Clayton and his team discovered by taking cold pressed premature harvest Spanish olives and the polyphenols that are very potent to the human taste, but very strong in protecting the omega, by adding those back into the solution, now the omega doesn't oxidize. So ours is not an omega-3 product. It's an omega balance oil. A number of omega products in here, of course, the vitamin D and E, as you can see, but also they discovered that it must be taken in body mass ratio. Someone slightly lighter than me can take less. Someone heavier than me must take more. But if you just took the same dosage or pill as a friend of yours who's heavier or lighter, you're going to get different results. They discovered that which should be taken in body mass index as well. So this is our flagship product, and you will be able to get your hands on this as of next Tuesday. And as a customer, maybe you just got a health goal. Maybe you're just on here to hear about this impressive test-based nutritional product. Well, as of next Tuesday, 25,000 bottles will be starting to be shipped. It may take us a few weeks, but I don't see them being around for very long. So as a customer, you have the ability to purchase through the person who invited you to get on this unique product. Take the test, send it off, and the test is going to be sent to the New Delhi head office. The laboratory is in Oslo, but several times a week, the tests will be gathered and air freighted very quickly. So you'll have a test result within 2 to 3 weeks. 120 days later, you will have a second test to take. And then you'll have 2 independent blood tests, your before and your after. So the customer kit with the test involved is 30,000 Indian rupees. Now you can buy that at full retail, but we have a subscription model because we know it has to be taken consistently. So what Zinzino has been smart and forward thinking is to help you, the consumer, not to be missing your nutrition. So we've set up a subscription model. So you, as a subscription model, you're committed to at least 6 months on the product. And so we're going to recognize your commitment and that's called a premier price. You can buy 2 tests, 2 bottles of oil, large, and 2 bottles, small, for 30,000 Indian rupees. But why would you want to do that? If you subscribe, you're going to actually pay only 14,500. But then there's a monthly product that we take that comes directly to your door at 2,950 Indian rupees. I want you just to write this down now. But the first 1,000 customers in India will get a free bottle of oil. So that's going to save you not 2,950 Indian rupees. Remember, that's a reduction in price because you're a premier customer. The full retail price of this is 4,950 rupees. First 1,000 customers who get subscribed as of Tuesday get an extra bottle for free. Now, maybe you don't want to take the test. I would not encourage you to do that because otherwise you'll take the product, you'll feel good, but you won't know where you started from. Really, the bottle of oil is our product, but our real USP is the test. But if you choose to purchase a customer kit without the test, there's an option there too. But you really won't know where you started and how much you improved if you don't test before or after. But if you want to take it without the test, there's a retail price again, 11,310 Indian rupees. But if you subscribe to that 6-month subscription, you can see it's significantly less. And then the ongoing subscription is 2,950 Indian rupees, the same as with the product when you purchase it for the test. But once again, the first 1,000 customers will get a free bottle at the same time. So here's our incredible product, the best in class, all natural, pharma test-based nutritional product. 1.5 billion people in India, we know we're going to make an impact. The great thing about the product is it's produced at the highest quality. Zinzino own the whole process. No third party involved. So from source to cleansing, to research development, to production, to final product, to shipping, Zinzino own it all. And because of that, they are randomly inspected to make sure their manufacturing standards are of the utmost highest. And you can tell that we've passed with flying colors because we are GMP certified. We're also very conscious of what's emotionally important to you and I. Is it vegan friendly? Is it halal? Is it non-GMO? Is it keto friendly? You can see for yourself the high standards of this product. Now, I made a very bold statement earlier on that ours is more effective than anything out in the market. And the reason being, not because the other products are inferior when it comes to omegas, it's because they're not protected by the polyphenols. So when you add the polyphenol back in, you can see how potent the balanced oil is after 35 hours. So it takes a good 20 hours plus to get to the cellular level. Well, if you're taking any of the other products that you can see on the screen, if it takes over 20 hours to get to the cellular level, these others are ineffective. So there is only one choice if you want to understand how to come back into balance. And the great thing is we have an app. You can see there, I was a sportsman in my early years. Nutrition was very key to me. Then I went into hospitality, restaurateur, a chef. Fresh produce was very important to me. And yet at 51 years young, when I got tested 22 months ago, I was 14.4 to 1 out of balance. Within 120 days of being on the oil, I was back into balance at 2.1. The biggest thing for me was absolute mental clarity, no brain fog. I just had a full knee replacement and my recuperation from my daily recovery period was enhanced dramatically. Many will have their own testimonials, but you can be one of the first who shares your story in the Indian market. And so who needs this? Everybody. From the parent that's carrying a child in her womb to the elderly gentleman who's about to take, sadly, maybe that last breath. You see, omegas are the #1 essential building block of our cellular level, but they play a different role in every cycle of our life. So if not only if health's important to you, but you understand entrepreneurship, you have a market that everybody needs what you have. They just don't know it yet. So your market is not niche. Your market is everybody. So who needs this and why do we need it? Everybody needs this. Why do they need it? Now, these aren't Zinzino's health claims. This is the European Food Safety Association, EFSA. There's actually 165 medical claims, but there's 15 on the screen. But draw your attention to the left-hand side, those 3 green circles. Better immune, which is what we're living through right now. Better heart. There's more heart attacks today than ever before. Heart attack, cardiovascular is the #1 killer on the human species today, and normal brain function. So if health's important to you, is it important to you, your immediate family, your community? Then why wouldn't India want to get tested? So that's the Zinzino products, but we have many more products around the world. And as India picks up momentum, we'll be introducing others down the road. But this is our best product. This is our most consumed product, and you have it from next Tuesday. So let's talk about, for those who would like to know, well, Dave, I've got a health goal. I want to see about my own health, but tell me about the opportunity. How can I be one of the first movers in India? Well, very simply, if that's you and you're wanting to know, here's my advice to you. As I said at the very beginning, there's hundreds of companies in India in this space. There's 15 million people already doing this type of model in India. So if I was going to make a decision, I would want to know about the company. How long they've been around? Are they solid? Are they financial? What are their expansions? What's the support? And Zinzino, in my personal opinion, is up there with the best of the best. 15 years young and presently in 37 markets. You can see how proudly we've put your Indian flag there, because you're going to be added to that. But presently, prior to India, Zinzino is already in 37 plus countries with a potential market of over 1 billion. And 950 million of those are out of balance. Now come along India with 1.5 billion. Not only in India, who else do you know around the world? Europe, UK, Australasia, Australia, Hong Kong, China, Canada, America. This company is already proven. In the last 8 years, as it's focused on test-based nutrition, they have now gathered just under 400,000 monthly customers. And as we sit and we listen and we hear from our founder, his energy, his excitement, his vision, he says, the Indians that we have spoken to have told us that we have been thinking too small. As we talk about hundreds and thousands of people being on the product in Europe, we already know there are people in India telling us we're going to help hundreds of thousands, millions of people in India alone. And so our founder's very excited because his thinking's got bigger by the vision of some of you already on the ground. And here's what's exciting. Last year, while there was a global pandemic from a health perspective and the uncertainty of jobs and businesses, Zinzino just announced they grew 48% in 2019 to 2020. So why are we excited? Why is this an opportune time? Well, very simply, test-based nutrition is not will be, is a global mega trend. You see, already today, people are taking omegas. Over 500 million people already take omegas. So we're not coming to India to create a market. The market exists. And not only just in India, but globally. But 500 million people are taking omegas, but 0.2% of those that we've been able to test have failed the blood test. Why? As I mentioned before, they're only consuming fish oil, and fish oil doesn't work. But that 500 million people already generates 40 billion a year in sales. It's estimated and projected to be a $200 billion industry in the next 30 years. So even though Zinzino has been going 8 years, even though we've tested well over 600,000 individuals, even though that we've got over nearly 400,000 monthly customers, we are still the early adapters. And India is going to catapult that towards our goals. So how can you be part of it? Very simply, you let the person know that you would like to be one of the very first to be positioned as a Zinzino partner in the Indian market. Now, to get started as a partner, there's 3 potential investment packs. These are not the customer kits now that I shared with you a moment ago. These are business investment packs. And very simply, you're going to have a choice of 3. So the first one is called the Mini Start Kit, a partner kit. It's 8,500 Indian rupees. You're going to get 1 test and 1 bottle of oil. Now, we've already spoken about in 120 days, you're going to need to get another test to retest. So to kickstart your business, you could get started with just a test and a bottle, but know that you're going to need to be investing in another one in 120 days. We have a middle pack with 3 tests and 3 bottles of oil at 21,000 Indian rupees. So you maybe test yourself, maybe your significant other, maybe one of your elder children, because the more stories we create in the first 3, 6, 12 months, the more momentum we'll create. So you've got enough for 3 maybe family members to get on a bottle of oil and get tested. But you're going to want to get retested again. So the company has a practitioner kit. It's 88,500 Indian rupees. It comes with 14 blood tests, so you can get started testing your family, creating your stories, getting on the product. But here's the good news. It has the opportunity within 12 months of getting your 88,500 Indian rupees refunded. A gentleman by the name of Anyapam, I said I'd only give him credit once, but I'll give it to him again. Anyapam was saying, Dave, if I have the opportunity to get my money back in 12 months, then it's not even an investment, it's an advancement. So I hope you're thinking, I like the word refund, but how would I get my investment back? Well, very simply, do you know 25 people that you care about that you would share the product with? When you have 25 bottles of oil being consumed by 25 customers on a monthly basis, so just 25 bottles, and we've got a whole 12 months to get them. By your 12th month, in the 13th month, you get your 88,500 Indian rupees back. Ladies and gentlemen, a year from now, by investing, you will own your own e-commerce web shop. Not only will it help you serve customers in India, but it's in multiple languages. It will enable you to drop ship this product, not just throughout India, but throughout the rest of the Zinzino world in test-based nutrition. 25 bottles, and you've got a whole 12 months to do that. You get 88,500 Indian rupees refunded. You now own a global e-commerce web shop, drop shipping around the world, and it didn't cost you anything, long as you get 25 bottles on a monthly basis in the hands of consumers. I want you to hear me again, even partners. So the first 1,000 customers will get a free bottle of oil. The first 1,000 partners will also get a bottle of oil. So there's an opportunity to get some additional value as well. But like any business, there's an ongoing cost. And here in Zinzino, as an entrepreneur, as one of the first in the Indian market, we have a monthly subscription called an auto order. In that auto order of 5,200 Indian rupees, you get a bottle of oil for your own consumption that's worth 2,950. So if we exclude that, what's ever left is what it costs to run your business. Now, to run your business, you'll have a website, you'll have hosting, you'll have drop shipping, you'll have logistics, you'll have a website at a click of a button that's translated into 17 languages for less than 3,000 Indian rupees a month. That is not a huge running cost. But here's the good news. You and your customers can get the product for free. It's very simple and easy to do that. If you are a customer and you are on a bottle of oil and you refer 4 friends just to be on the oil, the company will ship it to you from our Mumbai warehouse to your door, and all you pay for is the shipping, your products for free. So customers can get their product for free. If you're a business partner with us and your monthly overhead, your auto order is 5,200 Indian rupees, once you get 10 personal customers on a bottle of oil, so just 10 bottles of oil in the hands of customers, your monthly 5,200 Indian rupees is waived and you only pay for the shipping of the bottle to be delivered to your door. So here you can own a global e-commerce web shop that costs you nothing to run, and you can get your 88,500 Indian rupees back within in the 13th month. So what are we going to be doing? If you make that decision to be one of the first to invest and be partnered with us, then the individual is going to show you how to invest some time. You can work from wherever you want to with the people you're going to be initially selecting. Because if you have been invited to the call tonight, someone's thought enough of you to think that you would bring value to the first launch into the market. So if that is you, let's show you what we'll be doing together in the first 30 to 60 days. So you see that circle that says you? Imagine your name, put your name in there. And so in the first 30 days, we're going to help you go get 4 people taking the oil. So just 4 bottles of oil into the hands of consumers. Now, from April, a week today, we're going to be able to start registering customers. You can wait till next Tuesday, or you can start talking to people right now and get them ready. 4 bottles ready by next Tuesday. You would then process those orders. You would be called a smart bronze. And smart bronze is going to earn you several pieces of income, but we're going to talk about 2. You're going to get a cash retail bonus, and you're also going to get an incentive called a fast start bonus, smart bronze. Well, 10% on the bottles that you sell is going to make you around 5,000 Indian rupees retail commission. And you're also going to get a 8,000 Indian rupee fast start bonus saying, congratulations, you got 4 bottles, we're proud of you, and we're going to incentivize you for doing it quickly. Well, 4 bottles of oil, lining them up between today and next Tuesday. Once the system goes live and you register those 4 customers who will have the bottle of oil drop shipped to their door, you've just made 13,000 Indian rupees. If you came in on the mini pack, you've just made real money and you are now in profit. Ladies and gentlemen, I've never seen any business model. As a restaurant owner, I borrowed, I don't know if you would know the sterling pounds, but I borrowed £250,000 just to buy a restaurant to work for 5 years before I even thought about making profit. Here, you got access to a global wellness test-based nutritional company. Next thing we're going to do is share with other individuals like you. medical practitioners, nutritionists, personal trainers, stay-at-home parents, engineers, educators, teachers, community workers, stay-at-home, doesn't matter who they are, but they must be hungry. They've got to be excited. They've got to see that they want to be part of this wellness revolution and really want to make a difference into the health of others. But let's say in the next 30 days, your first 30 days, we find 4 people. The person who invited you will show you how to get them involved, how to communicate. They'll show you the tools, the videos, the literature, everything is in place. But in that period of time, we're going to show you how to go get 4 partners. You're called a fast silver, and you're going to make, again, approximately about 20,000 Indian rupees the following week in commissions. So in your first 2 weeks, if you did this in the first 2 weeks, if you did this in 30 days, you're actually going to physically receive over 30,000 Indian rupees for getting 4 bottles of oil and 4 people who also want to do the same. In the next 30 days, so from day 1, April the 6th, to June the 6th, you've got 60 days. You know those 4 bottles of oil the first month? Let's go and get 6 more. So you got 10 in total. Very simply, 10 bottles of oil. You're going to be called an X-Team Express, and you're going to receive another 12,000 Indian rupees. But in addition to that, I'm not going to go into the compensation plan, but you unlock something that's very exciting. It's called ECB. What does ECB? Just imagine this. Everything that you bring in, everything that you, a new customer, a new partner's customers and new partners, all new business, you will get paid double on. That's exciting. So you get to 10 bottles into your customers, you've just now doubled the rewards for the same amount of effort. So we call that the fast start. Get 4 bottles, get 4 partners, get 10 bottles. And that's the building block that we will duplicate. But let's look at the customer model. You see, the bottle can be shipped directly to the customer. You don't even have to have stock. And when you have 0 to 24 bottles going to customers, you're going to make around 10% retail commission. Anything over 25 bottles, you're now going to start receiving a higher retail commission, and you're going to start getting a customer fixed bonus. So let's explore that together. 25 bottles go into any region around India or outside of India, because we have other markets, but let's keep it within India. 25 bottles go into people's homes in India who are customers to you. 25 bottles, you are now earning 20% retail on all the sales thereafter. But you're also going to receive 8,000 Indian rupees every month, as long as you maintain 25 bottles. Well, get 50 bottles into the hands of customers. Now, they could be your customer and your customer's customers, because customers can't make money. But if a customer refers someone else to you because they want their product for free, they contribute to those 50 customer points. Now you hit protein, you're making 25% retail, and you're making about 12,500 Indian rupees per month. But here's what I would like you to focus on. Do you think that with the help of the individual, with the company, with the in-country general manager who lives in New Delhi, that's got 2 decades of running companies like this, can help you with the team, with the support? Do you think, if nothing else, over the next year, 12 months, 18 months, maybe you want to do it faster, you take as long as you want, but as soon as you get 100 bottles into the hands of customers, you're going to be making a 30% retail on all sales there above. You're going to make 16,000 Indian rupees fixed every month. But you've also achieved a one-time bonus of 8 lakhs. Now we're going to spread that over 24 months. So that's an extra 32,000 Indian rupees. plus your 16,000 Indian rupees for your customer bonus, that's 48,000 Indian rupees per month for having 100 bottles. 1.5 billion people in India. Do you think we can find 100? Well, when you get 200 bottles, you're going to still earn 30%, but you're going to be making 33,000 Indian rupees a month, but you're also invited to our annual global holiday, vacation, recognition, all expenses paid when we're allowed to travel. So remember those 4 bottles, 4 partners, 10 bottles? We call that silver. So some, that may be enough for them. That may just be life-changing for them. Some others say, I want to make a greater impact. I can see how big this can become. I want to help those that I've brought in do exactly what I've done. So that building block, 4 bottles, 4 partners, 10 bottles, we go and help 4 people do that. So you're not going to teach people something you've not done. You're going to show them by showing them what you've done by working as a team. But you help 4 people go silver, you're called executive. An executive in India will make, on average, 75,000 Indian rupees a month. I wonder if that would change some lives. That's significant. But we don't need a lot of customers to make that happen. Help 4 people go silver, help them now go executive, you're called a diamond. A diamond in India is going to make around 4 lakhs a month, including a car bonus. That's not a lot of people that you're helping. There's a lot of customers being gathered, but there's only a handful of entrepreneurs you're mentoring, you're training, you're supporting, and you don't even have to do it. There's some incredible leaders here from the Scandinavian market on here today. There's other leaders that are coming to the market. There are other leaders on the ground already who have been waiting for this to open. This is your business, but you're not alone. You're part of a team. So Diamond, 4 lakhs a month. What if this took you 12 months, 18 months, 20 months, 24 months? Because you can do this in addition to what you're doing. Because as a team, we show you how to leverage time. Well, you help 4 people go diamond, you're a crown, and you're going to be making 10 lakhs a month, which is life-changing. Now, there's a number of individuals on the call. This is one of our team calls, and our team is called One Mondo. Now, the reason why we're excited is part of our leadership, our team, is one of the fastest growing out there. Now, right now, the company has 4 lakhs of global customers. Well, the vision of the founder before India was even on the horizon was by 2025 to have 1 million customers. Well, we're approaching 4 lakhs now. With India opening, I believe that 1 million customers by 2025 will be a lot sooner. The vision also was by 2035 to have 20 million. And by 2050 to have 100 million customers globally. Our team, we want to have a major share of that. So does everybody else. But the great thing about Zinzino is there are teams, but we are one family. We help one another to build each other's businesses. So business is all about timing. But most importantly, your timing. You may just have a health goal. Maybe you're only interested in getting your hands on this product at the lowest price, being one of those first 1,000 customers who gets a free bottle at the same time. But you may even love the idea of being able to share the idea of the product so you can get yours for free. Well, if that's what you want to do as a customer, let the person know and you're ready to place your order next Tuesday. Or maybe you're the entrepreneur who says, yes, I want to get on the product myself, but I want to be part of this wellness revolution. I love the idea of impacting the health of others. I love the idea of being able to build globally. using an e-commerce platform. Well, let that person know, because they're going to show you what to do next. Because you don't have to wait for April the 6th. You can start lining up your customers and your potential partners now. But they're going to want to get to know you. And hopefully they already know you to a degree because they're your connection. But we want to get to know you. We want to know what motivates you. Why are you doing this? What is your hot button? Then we're going to understand that you've already got commitment. Maybe your faith, your family, your career, your business. We understand that busy people make time for what's exciting, where people who have a lot of time always tell me they're busy. The problem is they're not great time managers. See, it's not what you do with your time, it's what you do in the time you have. You can have someone working 10 hours a week doing the wrong things, getting nowhere, or you can have someone doing an hour of focused activity, getting great results. And so the first thing we do is we show you how to make a list of everybody you know. And we then show you how to make that invitation. We don't ask you to do it, we show you how to do it. And as I'm presenting today, you may be a guest here today, and the person who invited you here today may have never even shown this presentation yet, but they are building their business because we're presenting to you on their behalf. And then we show you how to follow up and repeat that cycle by scheduling the next event. This is the whole training that you will receive when you make that decision that you want to get started. But I want to close with this. A week today, if I haven't mentioned it once, I apologize. It may have slipped my mind, but a week today, India opens. And next Tuesday, you do not want to miss it. Not do you not want to miss it, but you do not want to be attending the Indian online launch event on your own. You want to be attracting as many people as possible. And between now and next Tuesday, we have another one of these presentations on Friday by an incredible speaker. And then on Sunday, we have another customer presentation with a professional in the medical realm. They are the scheduled meetings. But if you say to Sanjay, I'm not even seeing who's on here, but you say to Sanjay, I like what I see, I want to be part of this. Great, we don't have to wait till Friday to do your first meeting. We could gather 6, 10, 20 of your connections and do a private presentation. You won't even have to do it. You can call the person who invited you, or you can call upon the individual who's working with them to do it for you. I would seriously challenge you. I would seriously invite you to make sure, if you want to be part of this, that you do not sit back until next Tuesday, that you get busy and bring as many people to that launch. And get back with the individual. Don't worry about writing down this link, but you'll simply get that link, you'll enter a password, and you're going to see our founder, you're going to see the country general manager, you're going to see the head of logistics, you're going to hear from some of the European leaders that have been working in India already, getting things ready so you and your potential prospects can have massive momentum. So with that said, I'm going to hand back to our host for tonight, and I hope we resonated something with you. We hope that whether if your health's important to you, that you'll get back to the person and say, I want to be one of the first 1,000 customers. If you're an entrepreneur, you say, I want to be one of the first 1,000 partners, and I need you to start sharing for me to your sphere of influence, your influencers, people that you have credibility with. Why? If it's not you, it will be someone. 1.5 billion people. And I will tell you, not categorically, not certainty, but in the conversations I've had, there's over 2,000 individuals ready to partner already in India. And we haven't even got going. So there's going to be 3 options. Get back with the individual, say to them, I have no interest in any of this. I thank you for inviting me. I only want to improve my health. Wonderful. We'd love to look after you as a customer. 2, so 3, you don't even have to count, okay? 3, that you want to be part of this wellness revolution and take this message of test-based nutrition and share that with the Indian market and make an impact with us. Make the decision that's right for you, and we'll look forward to supporting those who want to come along with us. Thank you, Hital.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. That was an incredible presentation as always. Thank you for your time and thank you for sharing with us. And yes, everybody give a big round of applause to Dave. Did an incredible job. Just a few things before we sign off like for the evening. Just make sure that you get back to the person that's invited you and find out what you need to do next. And like Dave already said, take action. 3 days from now on Friday, we're going to be having like another presentation. So make sure that you pack the place up and, it's going to be a few days before launch. So there's going to be even more like excitement on this Friday. It's the same time, 9 p.m. And, pack the place up because you know what, like the structure of your business, or I would say like the business that you will be having in this month of April will definitely, this Friday will like determine how big a business you're going to have. So if I were you, I would do whatever you can do to pack the place up and invite as many people as you can and, kickstart your business on the 6th of April. And with that, we're done for the evening. We'll be, yes, Dave.
Just one more thing, folks, to let you know, tomorrow, those in our specific team, I will be doing a 15 to 20 minute update call. So if you're part of our organization, please get back with the individual that you're working with because there's a number of key leaders here right now. There's Anupam, an incredible individual that's really got some incredible connections and got some great momentum. Of course, Dr. Patricia Gandhi and Hital and Sue Booth. And so, but there's other leaders on here. So if you're part of them, go back to them. But for our particular organization, I will be doing an update call for 15 to 20 minutes tomorrow. Now, I know there's a lot of calls right now, but entrepreneurs wouldn't be saying there's a lot of calls. An entrepreneur will be saying, I can't get enough information. I need more information. Why? Because success is a planned event. And tomorrow, I'm just going to give you a few updates of some key elements that we need to be looking at so we're prepared for April the 6th. Obviously, those who are with us, the link is the same, and it will be at 9 p.m. again tomorrow. Hital?
Yeah, that's right.
Wonderful.
9 p.m.
It's open to
tomorrow.
all of our teams. We've been working with pockets of teams. Tomorrow's the first one. We're pulling them together. It will only be 15 to 20 minutes because it's information you're going to want to hear.
All right, guys. I guess with that, we are done. And we'll see you guys.
One more thing.
Yeah, one more. All right.
No, I'm kidding. And by the way, you got to have fun.
Absolutely. So one more thing for you guys. Make sure that you show up on Friday. All right. And we look forward to seeing you. Have a wonderful evening. Take care, guys. Bye for now.